So guys, now when you know what's circadian rhythm and what's your internal body clock, then we now can craft your ideal morning and evening routine for peak performance. So what are we going to cover in today's learning? So importance of right mindset. Are you thinking long-term or short-term? The perfect morning routine recipe, the perfect wind down routine, and how to implement crisis routine. So if you have this mindset, which is poor mindset, if you think when you wake up, you should straight start your work, or when work is finished, you can go straight to sleep, which you have this maybe hustle mindset, then actually you need help. Yes. Because if are you thinking short term or you thinking long term? Because morning routine and evening routine can significantly impact your overall well-being, productivity, focus, deep sleep, and be master of your day. If you skip your routine because work has consumed you, you have failed to think long term. Read that again. If you skip your routines because work has consumed you, you have failed to think long term. I get it. You're super busy, but your health is super important too. Skipping your routine might not seem bad now, but it can cause problems later. If your schedule is full, maybe you should outsource some of the stuff, like business stuff, yeah? Taking care of yourself matters in the long run, as it's foundation of everything you do. Whether you are in chapter 2 or chapter 20 of your business, you will need to outsource eventually to reach to that next level. Why wait till chapter 20 when the mess is too big and your health has taken the brunt of it? Outsource items that are stealing time away from making health a priority sooner rather than later. Your perfect morning routine. There are many things that stands in the way of our goals, but some hurdles are not as big as others. An easy one to overcome is aimlessness. It can often be done by just writing down your intentions and how you plan to accomplish them. Myself, I am big on doing a journaling. Every evening, I write down tasks for next day, so my day actually starts the night before. And here, for example, in this study performed in Dominican University, they showed that those who took the time to simply write out their goals significantly more likely to accomplish them than those who didn't. So your perfect morning routine, the same concept can easily be applied to an approach to create new positive habits. By taking a few minutes to write down what your morning routine would look like, you're increasing your chances of successfully performing them on a more regular basis. So, for example, your morning routine could look like something like this. I'm not saying you have to be now, you know how to copy this, but this could be an example, for example, as how it looks sometimes to mine, yeah? So, for example, I wake up 7 a.m., I hydrate with electrolytes, I do some meditation for mind, I work out for my body, I shower, then I fuel myself with breakfast, and 9:30 I start to begin work. So you can see, for example, I could also just wake up, and at 7:15 I could already start my work. But would it be that beneficial or healthy in the long term? Probably not. So that's why the ideal morning recipe is MIBE. Everyone's morning routine will look differently, especially when you have individuals who are more night owls or early risers. That's again, we take back. If you haven't watched the Chronotype Mastery, go watch it. You will know which chronotype you are. Either you are early riser or you are night owl. But there are a couple foundational rules that contribute to great morning routine. So for example, we start with M, so which is mine. Do something that stimulates your mind. That could be reading, journaling, meditation, maybe listening to a podcast. Then next one is more isolation. Protect your thoughts and subconscious. So no social media for first hour, no news or emails. Do not check work. Then we have next one is body. Do something that exercises your body, like stretching, walking, lifting, or just going in sauna after a good session. enjoyment. Do something that brings you joy. This is very individual. It could be spend time with loved ones, pray, or sing in the shower. It's up to you, yeah? So, guys, your perfect wind down routine. Your wind down routine is just as important as your morning routine, if not even more important. It has become increasingly important over the decades to adapt to a time period where you do not use technology or gadgets and truly disconnect. This allows you to reflect on the day, prepare for sleep and quality day ahead. So my question to you guys is, when was the last time you went a couple hours without looking at any screens, especially in the evening? In my opinion, even like the wind down routine is more important than morning routine, because you can really fuck up your wind down routine and you can have a bad quality sleep, and then your next day is ruined, right? But if you like fuck up maybe your morning routine, you can still manage to save it. So wind down routine is super important. So listen, guys. On average, people who implement a wind down routine can fall asleep 20 minutes sooner. They spend less overall time in the bed. They have 33% less wake-ups, 24% increase in overall sleep quality, and have increased deep and REM sleep, which is, as I said, one of the most important sleep stages of your sleep. So perfect wind down routine, LARE. In order to have your perfect wind down routine, you need to address these variables. Light manipulation. So for example, when, as I said, we discover the circadian rhythm. So when the evening comes, sun goes down, you want to dim the lights as much as possible. Do not look at in your technologies. Do not have the screen times. You want to avoid work, because if you like still are in that work mode, you are increasing your like serotonin levels, you are increasing your central nervous system, and you will be harder time to relax. So that's why it's also big component is relax. And of course your environment, like having your bedroom optimized, having the right temperature, having curtains and other things, which we also gonna dive in one of the next modules. So for example of LARE, here's a great example of wind down routine of an individual who wants to fall asleep by 10 p.m. Note that your wind down routine actually starts the morning, Getting adequate sunlight first thing on the morning reinforces your circadian rhythm, making falling asleep at night easier and more deeper. I hope you guys understand now how actually important is the sunlight and the light, how can it affect our sleep and our health, right? Because as I said, the night before, like in the morning, you want to get sunlight exposure, which will really impact your sleep quality. And then of course, after you have finished your work around 7 p.m., you want to have your last big meal. 8 p.m. you can relax with your loved ones. 9 p.m. maybe read, shower, self-care. And you can see from 7 to 10 p.m. you want to have minimal light exposure. Dim as much light as possible. And for example, maybe you have unexpected morning calls. The morning, maybe you are traveling, you don't have that much time. Here is a perfect example in those situations. 15-minute crisis routine. Many people have unexpected busy days where they cannot carry out their normal morning routine. When this happens, they miss rituals and feel unmotivated the rest of the day. They miss one item and it starts a negative feedback loop, missing other items, such as healthy eating or exercising, because they are not on it. So guys, how many of us had this? You, for example, engage in one bad behavior, for example, eating some small junk food, and then you say to yourself, my diet now is fucked up, so I can have my from junk food, you have junk day, right? You can have it. So, but this is the 15-minute crisis routine. So for mine, pick one activity that helps kickstart your mind. This could be 5 minutes of meditation, a quick podcast, or journaling before you begin your work. For body, pick one activity that gets your blood moving. We recommend a quick stretch or on your floor, or 5 minutes of jump rope, or just a small run. Here's example of crisis routine, very efficient and gets the job done. I do not recommend it for a long term, only on the days that are necessary. For example, you wake up at 5 past 7, for example, you have quick restroom, you hydrate, you do journaling, meditation, or gratitude. You do 10 minutes of skipping rope outside with sunlight, and that will be very, very beneficial. And then 7:30, you start your work. So guys, this was it about like perfect wind down and rise up routines. Hopefully you now are understanding how light is important. But yeah, guys, see you in the next video course.